the brave deer of Silverwood Forest. In the heart of Silverwood Forest lived a young deer named Liora. She had soft brown fur and bright eyes that shone with curiosity. Every day, she walked through the forest with her mother, learning how to find food, how to sense danger, and how to listen to the wind. Liora was gentle and kind, but she often felt unsure of herself. She always thought she was too small, too quiet, or too weak to make a difference. One warm morning, Liora woke up before sunrise. The forest was calm, and a soft fog floated over the grass. Liora wanted to explore alone for the first time. She had never gone far without her mother, but something inside her wanted to see more of the world. She took a deep breath and stepped quietly into the trees. As she walked, she felt proud of her courage. She tasted a sweet berry, listened to birds singing high in the branches, and watched the sunlight slowly enter between the leaves. Everything felt peaceful, but after a while, a sudden sound broke the silence. It was a cry for help, soft but full of fear. Liora froze. Her heart beat fast, but she followed the sound. She moved carefully through tall grass until she saw a small fox trapped between two fallen branches. The fox was young, maybe even younger than Liora. It struggled to free itself, but the branches were too heavy. Liora wanted to run back home. She feared getting too close. But then she looked into the fox's frightened eyes. Something told her that she had to try. She lowered her head and pushed her shoulder against one of the branches. It did not move. She pushed again. Her legs shook, and her body felt weak. For a moment, she thought she could not do it. But then she remembered something her mother always taught her. Even the smallest heart can hold great strength. Liora tried one more time, using every bit of her power. Slowly, the branch began to rise. When it lifted enough, the little fox pulled itself free. The fox jumped back and stared at Liora with surprise. It wagged its tail, and for a moment the two young animals simply looked at each other. Then the fox nodded as if to thank her and ran into the bushes. Liora felt a warm feeling in her chest. She did something brave. She helped someone in need, but her adventure was not over. As Liora turned to go home, a strong wind blew through the forest. Dark clouds gathered above the trees. A storm was coming fast. The sky grew darker, and rain began to fall heavily. Liora ran, trying to find the path back home. The rain made everything look different. She became lost. She felt scared again, but she tried to stay calm. She looked for familiar rocks or trees. She listened to the forest, hoping to hear her mother's call. The wind became louder, and the storm pushed her deeper into Silverwood than she had ever been. Then, in the middle of the storm, she heard another sound. It was soft and warm. Liora followed it and found something unexpected. There, standing under the protection of a large oak tree, was the same little fox she had helped earlier. It called to her again softly, and when she approached, the fox turned and walked slowly through the rain, stopping now and then to look back at her. Liora understood. The fox wanted to guide her. They moved together through the storm. The wind tried to push them away, and the rain made the ground slippery, but the fox always found a safe way forward. After some time, they reached a familiar clearing. Liora recognized the trees. She knew she was close to home. The fox stopped. It looked at her, tail moving gently, as if saying goodbye. In the next moment, the little fox ran off into the forest, disappearing between the bushes. Liora hurried home, and soon she saw her mother waiting for her under the shelter of a large pine tree. Her mother touched her nose to Liora's with relief. Liora felt tired and cold, but she was also proud. She had left home alone, helped someone in danger, survived a storm, and found her way back. From that day on, Liora walked with stronger steps. She understood that courage was not about size or strength. It was about choosing to do the right thing, even when it was difficult or frightening. The forest looked different to her now. Every tree, Every flower, every path, seemed like something she could explore. She had discovered her own bravery, and sometimes, when the wind was gentle and the forest was quiet, Liora thought of the little fox. She hoped it was safe. She hoped it was growing strong, and she felt grateful that kindness often returns to those who give it. Moral of the story: kindness and courage may seem small, but they can change the world around you. When you help others, your strength grows, and the world becomes a better place for everyone.